Yeah. Holy.
I'll let you make your walk.
Can you tell us the end of the month? I have your dollar bills out.
I'm gonna call this meeting to order, and I'm gonna start by taking roll from my right, please.
Here, Cody.
Taking roll from my right, please.
Cody. Catherine.
Walter Snyder. Tony Rebo.
Ron Goodman.
Light us know.
Rob Jonas.
B.G. Zimmerman.
Perfect. Okay. So we will start off by accepting a couple resignations. I will need a motion, please.
Make a motion that we accept the resignation of Sarah McBride, LES paraprofessional, and Tammy Hunt, LES school nutrition.
Okay. I need a second, please.
Second.
I have a motion by Tony and a second by Rob to approve the resignations of Sarah McBride as LES paraprofessional and Tammy Hunt as LES school nutrition. Any questions or comments? Is Sarah McBride going somewhere else, or is she leaving, like in the school?
No, she's not staying in school. She's getting another job.
Oh, okay. So,
My understanding.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay, so then we will move on to consideration of 25-26 staff contracts. For Raylene Hayden and Courtney Seward.
I so move.
Sorry, I forgot you don't have to have
I
it.
don't have my iPad.
You should have Aubrey Stoll on there, not Courtney Stewart.
Yes. Her name was posted, her name was on there with the
Courtney Stewart
letter
was
of
last week.
recommendation.
And so you're on the special agenda meeting. You know that,
So-
right? So you should be on the special board meeting and final budget hearing. So you're in the wrong meeting.
So you needed a motion for Raylene and Courtney.
So, but is it not Courtney? Is that my understanding?
It's not Courtney, it should be Aubrey Stoll.
Aubrey, and it's the same, that's the same person that's in the letter of recommendation.
Okay,
So.
so then I need a motion for those two ladies.
I so move.
Second.
I have a motion by BG and a second by Rob to approve the 25-26 staff contracts for LES paraprofessionals Raylene Hayden and
Courtney.
who was the other one?
Aubrey Stoll.
Aubrey Stoll. Thank you, guys. I'm not sure why Courtney is on mine.
That was a mistake.
I just don't understand why we don't have the same one if it's all in the drive. That's all.
It was fixed later on.
Okay, so then 25-26 substitute list. And you don't have to list them all.
We
can-
needed to vote on that, Elijah.
For what? Oh, did we not?
Yeah,
Oh my
we
gosh,
didn't
you guys,
vote.
I'm so
Yes,
sorry. I'm
yes,
confused.
yes.
So I have okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay. I
This is our
apologize.
first board meeting.
Moving on. Now we're moving on to the 25-26 substitute list.
I'll make a motion we approve the 25-26 substitute list as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Tony and a second by BG to approve the 25-26 substitute list as presented. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay, moving on to Lonnie Miller as 25-26 Libby Middle School head cross-country coach.
I'll make a motion that we approve the hiring of the Millview Middle School and cross-country coach Lonnie Miller for the 25-26 season.
Second.
I have a motion by Tony and a second by Walt to approve Lonnie Miller as listed. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay, is it Angel Messinger? Okay, so I have a consideration of Angel Messenger transfer from Libby Middle High School para to LES School Nutrition.
And we need to vote on that?
Mhm.
Okay, I so move.
Second.
I have a motion by BG and a second by Rob to approve the transfer of Angel Messenger as listed. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Right.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay, final budget hearing. Here we are. The reason for
Okay.
meeting.
I went,
Yes, ma'am.
so I printed off, last year's and this year's, so you can go ahead and, yep, that's why you have two. One's from last year and one's for this year. And it's, thank goodness Leslie still works in the business office part-time because she's a pro at getting this report done. This report took all week last week. And it's kind of like a finalized compilation of what you spent in the prior year and what you're going to spend in the upcoming year. So we need approval on a budget in order to spend it. So it's kind of broken down in your general fund. You can see the difference in what we're going to be getting. The transportation fund, that's pretty tricky because you don't know if fuel prices are going to go up or what's going to happen with that one. So we kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say over budget, but you kind of,
Well, you have to protect yourself.
you do, because if you want to spend it, you have to budget for it.
So clarification on the
Yes.
transportation fund, this is not like for extracurricular activities, this is
No.
for house to
Student
school.
Transportation,
school back.
period, not activity
So what is
transportation.
the allowable contingency?
Well, that is why I invited Leslie Sutera to
Perfect.
this meeting. Would you mind, board, if she
Helps us?
helps us out?
That'd be great.
Contingency,
We kind
Ms.
of know.
Leslie.
Transportation fund is funded by the state and the county. And so they allow you to carry 10% of what the county is going to give you as a contingency. If you have to add another bus route, if all of a sudden we have an influx of kids, we have to put in another bus route, or if for some reason fuel costs skyrocketed, they allow you to have a little savings, so to speak.
It's like a protection account. Okay, got you.
It's kids' education.
And the transportation money can only be spent on that, correct?
Correct.
It's, yeah.
Transporting kids from home to school and school to home, period.
Yep.
It does allow for some individual transportation costs. So if a parent lives out of the district bounds where the bus routes go, we can subsidize a parent to bring their child from home to the nearest bus stop. So that's called an individual contract. We rarely ever.
Yeah.
But we have had,
Yeah, but we had.
We've had a
some
couple.
up in Warren.
Yeah.
And so we
Yep.
paid them from Moreland to the nearest bus stop.
Okay, so that our bus
Because
didn't
we
have to.
do not provide, they're in our district, but we don't provide transportation services to those places.
Okay.
Any other questions? Moving on to tuition fund, you're gonna see a big rise in that. We've got this fun little thing they passed a couple years ago called, what is it called? Student open enrollment, and they can go to different schools. And then they can charge the home school, the resident school, for having that student. We had 3 students taken from Libby, taken from their parents, and moved to Thompson Falls by DCFS. And that's a big chunk of, you'll see it jumped from 4,000 to 10,000. So it's always a year in arrears. And so we have to pay for those kids because their residence is here, but they're living in Thompson Falls. So we have to pay for them to go to school in Thompson Falls. Who made the rules? I don't
Can we
know.
go out and take students, like athletes from another school?
Yes,
Yeah.
Just go take them?
it's a big
It's
deal.
a huge deal. Yeah.
Not so much here, but in
Right.
Flathead, it's just.
It's,
Oh, I know.
Scrambled eggs.
you
Yeah.
think Bozeman's just got a
Bozeman,
mess down there.
And
It's like-
Helena as well.
Helena, yeah, all the bigger towns, it's really affected, and it's really hurt the smaller schools.
Oh, yeah, because Easttown, when they came in about 3 or 4 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever. And so all those kids that used to go to Helena High then have the option to
Yep.
stay in East Helena or go into Helena High.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Boulder kids that can come in and play.
Yep.
And so they're pulling good athletes from all over. I mean, that's,
Kind of a
Truly,
joke,
it's not
but yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's not the like, oh, you're super smart, come to my school. It's like, hey, you're super
Right? So from the money aspect of it, it's a disaster. I mean, it's just a constant nightmare. It really is. So you're going to see that really fluctuate up and down depending on if we have students going in, coming in. We're not affected as much as the bigger schools are, which is okay with me. Any questions on that one? No? Yeah, okay. Retirement fund. Leslie?
The retirement fund pays for Social Security, Medicare, workers' comp, unemployment, TRS and PPR, all the employee benefits. And so you figure out approximately what your salaries are gonna cost you for the year, and then base what you're gonna need in your retirement fund off that.
So
And
is
it's
that,
funded by the county.
The county. Yep.
okay.
And I thank you.
So it pretty much increases every year because salaries increase every year. So
Mhm. Yeah, that one goes.
That's strange that they call that the retirement fund when it pays all those other things, I guess.
Well, they consider Social Security and Medicare a type of retirement.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha,
Yep.
and then,
Did you say that covers healthcare too? Or
No.
No,
not
no,
healthcare?
It's
just your
The
retirement. fund.
mandatory benefit.
Yep.
Okay, okay,
Oh, there we go. Mandatory benefits. I like that.
thank you.
Anything else? Questions? Adult Education Fund. That is something we have an agreement with FBCC, and it has not changed since I started.
Do they offer things anymore?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
they used to do the welding, that was last year,
Ah.
wasn't it?
That wasn't the adult, was it?
They do accounting, welding. They used to do
But that's just, they offer
Yeah.
all kinds of courses for adults. And that's in lieu of, so the school district isn't obligated. School districts have to do so much adult
Mhm.
education.
Okay.
So we have always contracted with the Flathead Valley Community College to provide our adult education. To provide that, we give them 2 mills. Mills have changed so much, but back when this decision was made, 2 mills was worth 23,000. Right now, 2 mills is probably worth 36,000. But we just give, it's always just been 23,000. We give them to operate adult education for our community.
And this is just for adults, not the students?
Correct.
Right, okay.
I think they did a big welding class last year, in the evenings, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
They contracted with us to use our facility.
So for, like, when I was in Circle, we spent our money that way buying table saws because they had classes in the evening and the kids got to use it during the day, that blah, blah, blah. So that kind of stuff.
That's cool. All right, technology fund, we kept it the same. I don't know that we spent too much of it last year, and that is, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago, we had a lightning storm come through, right? And take out a bunch of our electronics at the elementary school. Luckily, insurance paid for it, but if insurance wasn't available for that, we would have that money to spend on technology. Uh-huh.
We're on that committee, we could spend
That's almost a contingency
We're
fund.
gonna buy new
Uh-huh.
pencils for everybody.
Right?
Exactly.
So Charles, our IT director, he is very good. I absolutely enjoy working with him. He does a fantastic job of maintaining. He's very good at his job. We don't worry much with him around. So if he ever needed to spend that, we would have the capability to do it if you approve the budget. Flexibility fund. That jumped by what, 50,000 maybe? And that is our, remind me again, Leslie?
It's the Montana Opportunities Grant that we get to, and this is kind of a newer grant. It's our 3rd year on it, but it runs the Kootenai Outdoor.
That's what it is, okay.
Last year, there was a company that donated money, Candida.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they gave quite a bit of money to the schools to run the winter ski program and help out in the summer. But their money, they aren't giving money anymore, and luckily we got this grant. So we used up the last of the Candida money, and now we'll move into spending this to provide that, keep that Kootenai outdoor program going.
So do we have to apply for the grant?
Yes,
Is it yearly?
it's not yearly.
I don't think it is.
Is it wrong? It's not, you have to fill out the report.
And
yearly.
then it,
Right.
I think
Don't they just allocate it to us?
I've got a pile of the grant things.
I imagine it's cyclical, like all the other grants in the world.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Like
wanted,
once
yeah.
a year or something.
Mhm.
Okay, our building reserve fund it's gone down. Anyone know why, Ron?
We fixed some roofs.
We
correct?
fixed some
Yes.
roofs. We did some asphalt. We used some of it up on that. Therefore making our permissive levies go way down. And our SMA. What does that stand for again? School
Major
Major-
maintenance aid.
There you go.
So that increased, they passed the
Mhm.
legislation, we used to get about, the state gives us about 90,000 and then they allow us to permissibly levy about 2/3 of that. This year, they way upped it in legislation. Now they're gonna give us about 151,000.
Okay.
And then
Mhm.
permissibly levy, how much was it? 63,000 or something like that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Now,
Yeah, it was
it-
about
They really
65.
increased their amount.
Now, with the building reserve, that doesn't have to be spent every year. We can build that up till we can make a repair on something. Is that my understanding?
Isn't there a limit though?
There used to be a limit, but when we asked, they said, no, they dropped that limit.
Oh,
But then I did some training and they're like, no, you need to be spending it, at least spending some of it each year, so it's not like something
well, we
builds
haven't
up.
had problem
That's
doing
not been a
that.
problem though.
Right, but
Right.
I just mean if we end up getting something major that comes along
Mhm.
that we
Then-
need to do,
Well,
can we?
we held it for like 2 years.
Yeah, we
and then
did.
We had
Mhm.
enough this time to cover the full cost of the roof repair.
Okay.
Right.
Does the state, county, or I doubt the city because they'll probably me, does anyone come in on a regular basis to inspect the schools to look for, like, do preventive kind of care on it? Like, hey, this could be a problem down the future, something to look at, so it doesn't become a major disaster, instead it could be a minor repair, minor fix?
Yeah.
Does that happen at all?
No, a few years ago, well, Tony was on the board, we had.
14 years ago.
Just a couple minutes ago,
They found a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, it was very good. There were some serious problems that needed to fix.
Yeah, so.
On the village committee is kind of, I think that's part of
I think
goal
I'm on that
is
too.
to, yeah.
Yeah,
And I went to the high school already once and
yeah.
And we've had our
Yeah,
roofs
boiler and
inspected
stuff,
and,
So that's something that I can
Yeah.
do as part of that committee, go in there and just
yeah,
kind of
that's kind of,
poke around and stuff. Okay, great.
So one, I'll just say, one of the big issues that we cannot figure out, we have a leak in the roof, but it's not in the roof. It's in the drains. And so we're gonna have to
At the elementary?
know if that high school.
Really?
But we thought we fixed it a couple different times, but I think it's actually the drain pipes are leaking somewhere. And so.
running,
Mhm.
it was all, yeah.
Hmm,
Or cracking it or something.
You need to look at the ceiling tiles.
really?
Leslie, SMMA.
So that's what we,
State major maintenance aid.
Mhm.
okay.
So most of your general fund, 85% of it is going to be salaries. And then we've got 5 buildings that we maintain on top of that. So it goes quick. I'll just say that much. So anyways, there's some other handouts that have an explanation for you if you have any questions. And then this is our budget report that we send to the state. This is the report we had to have done. Part of a small part of the report we had to have done by last Friday. And it kind of breaks things down for you and gives you an overall amount of all the funds that we're going to expend this year. So, any questions?
Where is wages? Why isn't that on its own?
It's under the general fund.
General fund.
85% of that amount, the 9.659, is going to be wages, salaries.
So by the time we fill that, there's like 1.5 million left.
Yeah,
So what's the other 15% then? You said 85%.
Operations.
Just the
Right.
operation.
we'll have another breakdown
Yeah,
of the
you had a
budget.
breakdown, sorry, the wages was 85.7%.
Takes up quite a bit.
And it
Yeah.
can fluctuate, you know,
It can.
averagely across the state.
It's between
schools
83
run
and
between 80 and 85%.
yeah,
of their
80 to
total fund.
85. It's,
So it's
Yeah, because then athletics is
Take
it
about 500,000. You have curriculum, supplies, and then you're maintaining 5 buildings on top of that.
heating,
And
electricity, and
When we're
repairs.
talking about
Yeah.
activities,
that's what,
500, are we talking about travel to kind of
Yep.
everything combined?
Travel, coaches,
Materials.
you name it. That's what we're talking. Uniforms, that's what we're
So
talking.
to maintain 5 buildings, essentially, it's under $1 million.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It isn't, it just
That's
has
a
to be.
big, well, that's a big, yeah, a big thing.
Well, and some of the major repairs can come out of your building reserve or your building fund. So these are budgeted funds, and we also
Right.
have, there's cash funds. So the rents that are collected, this is upstairs, this is at the grade, go into the building fund.
That's a
And
big,
then that
okay.
money can be used to help offset repairs, big repairs.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's,
But that doesn't, sorry, that doesn't come out of the general fund.
No.
That goes into the building fund. Okay.
so Leslie, can there be money moved back and forth between these with the boards? Once it's set, it's set.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the money from the general fund comes from,
There are, now that's not true. There are times that you can move money from your general fund into other funds.
but not the other way around.
Yeah, you would never want to do it, yeah.
Mm-mm.
But like, for instance, when we used to contract the school foods fund,
Mhm.
and we used to have contractors that provided our lunch,
Mhm.
that fund ran in the red every year, anywhere between 25,000 and 60,000. And we moved money from the general fund to offset those costs in there. But now that we have our own kitchen, that fund runs in the black. And then
It's very nice.
I know.
so nice to see.
Mhm.
And they start every year with a pot of money it's just
Nice.
amazing what running our own kitchen cost-wise effectiveness has been.
Yeah.
This is my free shot to get tutored here.
Pick my brain when you have me here.
Yeah. So general fund money comes from all 56 states and goes back by students.
56 counties.
Yeah, 56 counties, I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah.
Well, some of these other 6 states came from us, and we're like, no, I should be on the school board, then I realize we missed 6 states.
Sorry.
But that general fund money, that comes from taxes and property taxes across the state, is that correct?
Yeah, it comes from the state, and they get all their money from all
Cool.
those sources, and then it's divvied out to the schools, mainly based on your average number belonging. And then Lincoln County, and I believe probably Sanders County and Monroe County, we have what's called a guaranteed tax base. So a lot of the other counties have a high tax base, especially like on the east side when you have all your full tax money. Where these counties, these timber counties, have a very low tax base because so much of the counties are owned by the Forest Service or, So the state, on the counties that have a real low tax base, the state will kick in and help subsidize that and bring you up to kind of be equal to all the other schools. So we get called guaranteed tax base aid we get from the state. That helps those counties with such a low tax base. And that's a portion of the general fund too, your average number of families, your guaranteed tax base. Then there's a certain amount that comes from your county taxpayers. Not all of your general fund comes from the county taxpayers. actually only a smaller portion of most of it comes through the state based on your number of children.
That's what the,
So GTB is like our way of getting back all the years that we sent the timber receipts across all the state.
And they don't have to share with us.
It's-
We get occasionally a little bit of timber receipts, and it actually goes into the flexibility or the technology fund goes.
Is that it?
It's minimal.
But I mean, we're talking $2,000 to $5,000.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes
What
not
do we
at
do
all,
with all the money?
Right?
So is that gonna go up now that they're gonna open up
I
logging?
to see since logging is picking up, we should see some increase in that, I would think.
But with that increase, will the state kind of stop subsidizing us? No, okay,
I don't think it'll affect us enough that
that
they'll
they'll,
bring it up.
well, not stop, but I just wondered if they balance it like that, so. Okay,
Any other questions?
yeah,
When you're talking about the general fund and you're talking about the salaries and stuff, we're including healthcare in there, correct?
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Because that's an offered benefit, it's not
Mhm.
mandatory benefit. Well, it is in the federal government's eyes.
Right,
You have to offer health insurance.
right.
Okay. Well, I have goals, and that's to talk like that in 15 years.
And it takes about that long.
Oh.
Just so that we don't get.
so we'll see you next year.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably
I love it.
So later, you need a motion to approve the final budget.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the final fiscal year 2026 budget report.
Second.
No.
No,
BG.
you do it.
Okay,
I have a motion by Tony and a second by Walt to approve the final budget for 25-26. Any other questions or comments?
Good job, good work.
Yeah. All those,
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Or,
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
both.
This is a big report. Stacy did a really good job.
Yep.
good job.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Okay, meeting or a motion to adjourn,
I
please.
so moved.
Second.
I have a motion by BG and a second by Rob to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor? All those opposed?
So board members, I
Motion
just shared a document with you as far as ability for people to move. As far as, right now, we have a policy that says if kids want to move to Lincoln County and go to school in Libby, they can do that. It just has a deadline for it.
Yeah.
But this is not an issue for us, really. I mean, very few, I had a couple of parents that say, hey, how would I have to move to Libby? But that's, and then they never did it. But it is a huge issue, obviously, across the state. So we have a policy on that, and it has to be done by a certain date.
Well, MHA adopted a rule too, and I was joking about the sports thing, is because you can only have one move, and then you have to sit out a season. So like if you